xxoxia here. I'm out the wazoo with WeiSu. WeiSu? I don't know. Because she's great. WeiSu? I don't know. Because I need the money. So once again, hello, howdy, hi, howdy, ho. xxoxia here with my review of the WeiSu, whatever it's called. It's probably pronounced WeiSu or WeiSu. WeiSu or WeiSu, I don't know. One of the two. But I say WeiSu because I like Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots. Also, I say WeiSu because I don't know. It just comes naturally to me. I don't know. Some about because I say way long. I did actually used to pronounce it way long. But I think I'm used to way long now, and I do say way long. Way long. So I don't know why I can't say WeiSu. It just doesn't sound natural to me. It feels better to say WeiSu. So I say WeiSu. Okay, so about this cube, first of all, contrary to what some of you may or may not believe, a lot of people think the Shensu is a MoYu 4x4 as well. Shensu was YJ, if I am correct. It was not MoYu. Now, a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people are confused about the difference between YJ and MoYu, because you'll see MoYu on the box. Here in the box, take a look at the box. You'll see that box. Look at that box. You'll see MoYu. And then on the bottom here, look at the box at the bottom of the box, and you'll see YJ. So a lot of people are getting confused. Yeah, YJ, WeiSu, WeiSu, YJ, because they make knockoff. No. So, yeah, from what I understand, the deal is, there's this YJ plastics factory in China, and you can find their website. I found it a couple of times when I was trying to look up a cube of some sorts. There is a YJ plastics factory where they make plastics and they make cubes and other plastic items. In the YJ plastics factory, they make YJ cubes. They make their own cubes. They have their own YJ designers. And I don't know why I keep doing this. They have their own YJ designers for YJ cubes. Not MoYu. Whoa. My eyes are like crossing and I'm seeing things in 3D. Like the other 3D. Not the regular 3D that you normally see. But this other like cross-eyed 3D. Woo. Anyway. So then there's MoYu. MoYu is like another set of designers, or another one or two designers maybe, that have their own company, MoYu. And they say, whoo, we'd like to make these cubes, but we can't, we don't have a place to do it. Or or maybe they couldn't afford to do it themselves. I don't know. And so they approached YJ, I'm assuming, and said, "Hey, can we? Hey, man, can we make our cubes at your place? And then we'll allow you to use our box designs or whatever. I don't know, because they both share the same kind of boxes, box design, the same box design. They both have the same box." Okay? And that confuses a lot of people. A lot of people say, hey, well, the box is a MoYu box. Why isn't it a MoYu cube? The box. And so then maybe YJ said, okay, you can use our factory, but allow us to do this, this, and this, so we can, you know, because MoYu cubes are obviously better than YJ cubes by a great deal. So YJ probably said, okay, we'll let you use our stuff, our factory, whatever, plastic, whatever, manufacturing company, as long as you let us associate YJ with MoYu, and then, you know, it'll make us look better or whatever. I don't know. You know, this is just what I'm assuming. I have no actual info from any one source or any particular anything. You know, I'm just trying to make it easier for people to understand maybe the difference between MoYu and YJ. It's kind of like Haiyan and Alpha, where Alpha is this big company and they make their own cubes, and then Haiyan came along and said, hey, I'd like to make this Haiyan cube. Hey, I'd like to make the Haiyan, you know, Haiyan's Haiyan or whatever cube, and then the Haiyan memory. Even though the Haiyan memory was made with an Alpha cube, I'm not really sure about the details of all that, really. I just kind of comparing the two to MoYu and YJ. And it might even be a little bit like, well, no, I guess it wouldn't be the same. Like, Dian had the Lun Hui, which was designed by a different designer than Daking Bao. Because Daking Bao designed all the other Dian cubes, while some other guy that I don't know designed the Lun Hui. So it might have been something like that. I don't know, honestly. But that's enough about this. So the WeiSu, MoYu WeiSu. All right. So yeah, it comes in a box. Comes in a box like this, similar to the other MoYu boxes. As you can see here, it's a 4x4, and it has the same sticker, pretty much the same sticker shades as the other MoYu cubes, the Weilong and the Huanying. Except the orange. The orange is a bit different. Now, the orange is kind of like the YJ Sulong and Qilong. I don't actually have my Qilong yet. I'm still waiting on it. But the Sulong has the same kind of orange as this. It's right here, actually. It's the same orange. Now, for some reason in this camera, it looks more orange than it really is. In real life, eyes, it looks kind of pink. It's like a pinkish orange. It's really like a pale orange. I don't really know how to describe it. It doesn't look this orange in real life. That's the light coming in or something. I don't know what. I don't know why it looks so orange. But I kind of like this orange better. The actual, what it looks like through eyes. I like this pinkish orange kind of look because it really separates from the red. The problem I have sometimes is that I can't differentiate in certain lighting. I can't tell the difference apart between the red and this fluorescent orange from CubeSmith. They kind of look similar to me in bad lighting. Now, if it's as bright as the day, you know, outside or inside even, you know, it's not that bad. But for some reason, in bad lighting, it just the two look very similar. So yeah, the sticker. I've always liked the MoYu stickers. A lot of people don't like them. I love them. They're my favorite stickers from out of any cube that you can buy. MoYu has the best stickers. I personally believe. Not just the quality, but the colors. You know, are really great. Because they're kind of almost half brights with bright blue. Yeah, it's just the orange is not usually the same as you would get with a half-bright set, but whatever. Okay, so that's enough about stickers. The cube itself. Now, if you order your cube from HK Now store, and I know a lot of you hate to talk about plastics, I know everybody like hates the plastic debates and all that junk, but this is actual. This is an actual fact. Oh, I'm spilling coffee. We can't be doing that. Now this is an actual fact here. If you order your WeiSu from HK Now store, Calvin has the only store that sells the ABS plus PC version of this cube. This is made with the PC plastic. Similar to new Dion cubes. Dion's, like if you buy a Guhong right now, it's made with ABS plus PC. That is what this is made out of, if you get it from HK Now store. If you get it from anywhere else, it's just ABS, which is usually what I'm after as far as Dions. If we're talking about Dions, the Guhongs and the Jonchers, I always like to go after the old ABS Dions. Personally, I think it's better with just ABS. However, this PC plus ABS on the 4x4 is actually really good. I like it a lot. Now, from what I'm hearing, they've been having some kind of problems with the black plastic. I'm not sure if the PC version is having the same problems or not, or if it's just the ABS ones from all the other stores. I don't know for sure. I did ask Calvin, but he wasn't very clear about that in his email. So all he told me was that they're being repaired. Some people are having chipping problems with the black plastic. It's chipping and it's not strong, or so, I don't know. There's some kind of a problem with it where it's chipping. So they've stopped production on the black ones for a few days just so they can catch up and fix it and you know, make better ones, I guess. So right now, if you order a white one, you know, that can get shipped to you right away. If you order a black one, it's going to be a few days before, you know, before they get the good ones in, and then they get to ship them out to you. Blah, 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 blah. Now, as far as performance goes, I have to be totally honest. I hated this cube. I didn't hate it. I just really, you know what? No, I hated it. I hated it when I first got it. The reasons being, it was just really locky. The tensions were very tight, and it locked up quite a bit. The outer layers were very hard to turn. It just, you know, even with the lube, it just wasn't working well. Now, I have to say, if you don't like it at first, you know, get your tensions set and lube it however you want. I suggest not using such a thick lube. Maybe use a not such a high viscosity of a lube, because it's not quite the fastest 4x4. It's not like a Sheng Shao where it's Sheng Shao. It's not like a Sheng Shao where it's super speed. You know, it has some control to it. It's not slow by any means. It's not like it doesn't hurt to turn or anything. It's not. There's no slow about it. It's a fast cube. It's just not what you're used to if you use a Sheng Shao. If you don't like it at first, just keep using it and keep forcing yourself to use it. It's like a ponsu, however you pronounce it. It's like a ponsu. They take so long to break in that nobody gives it a chance long enough to like it. And I'm like the only guy that likes it, you know, in addition to 2 or 3 other guys that I know that like the ponsu. With this, you have to keep using it. Just keep using it and keep using it, and make sure the tensions are set tight enough so it doesn't pop, because there are inner pieces that fall out easily if you have it too loose. Like, you want it tight enough to not pop, but you don't want it any tighter than that. And you don't want it too loose. So you really have to find an exact point of tension that makes it good but not pop. It's very precise. Believe me, I spent a lot of time trying to get this thing to exactly how I want. Yet, I really didn't want to mess with the tensions too much, because one problem that I did have, and I'll have to interrupt myself here. One problem that I did have with tensioning is that one screw in particular, but there were two screws actually, but one of them really had the problem. The one screw was really stripped. Not the screw threads, but the screw head. The actual head of the screw was so stripped that it was really hard to turn with the screwdriver, because the screwdriver was just turning in the head of the screw and not turning the screw itself. So, and I've heard a lot of complaints about these screws. I've heard a lot of other people say that their screws are stripped as well. One guy had to use a Weilong. I read somewhere one guy had to use a Weilong screw. It was the exact same size as the screws in this, and he said he had to replace it with a Weilong screw because his was stripped as well. So you may have the problem with screws being stripped. I had this problem with one screw in particular, and another screw is like starting to be stripped, but not quite as badly. So really, when you're tensioning your WeiSu, be careful, because you may start to strip the heads of the screws. This one, in my case, it was already stripped before I ever even went to tension it. I noticed it as I was going to tension it, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna give me a problem here, and it did a little bit. It was very difficult to make sure I didn't make it worse. Calvin asked me to take a picture of the screw, but to get into the cube and take a picture of the screws, it's kind of hard to do, and especially my camera doesn't really focus in that closely on things, so it would be kind of difficult for me to take a picture of it. But yeah, you may have that problem. So just to warn you. Now, as far as it being too loose or too tight, I'm satisfied that it's the exact amount of loose or tight that I need for it to be good. It is good, and it is at a nice looseness, I guess I could say, but it's uneven. It feels really lopsided when I use it, and I usually blame this on crooked screws, but this is actually just because I can't. I don't want to mess with the tensions for too long, because I don't want to ruin the screw. So as I'm doing certain algorithms, I've got to like do weird hand movements to make sure I don't like mess up, because it just feels awkward. Like it feels like one side's more sticking out. I don't know. It's hard to describe it. It's very uneven feeling and lopsided. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for me to use. I've broken some. I've not broken any PBs with it, because my PB is pretty lucky. But I have gotten some sub 1s, and I'm not sub 1 at all. I average about 110. I have gotten a few 55s, and, sub 1s. But I still get some like horrible times, like 120. It's not perfect, and I wish I could mess with the tensions, but I really don't want to damage the screw any more than it already is. So I'm kind of stuck with how it is right now. If I can get another screw, great. But really, honestly, the cube is hard to tension as it is. Without the screw problems, I found it very difficult to find a good tension. So that is one flaw of the cube. Actually, two flaws: the screw and the hard to find a tension. Some people may not find it difficult, but here is the performance of the cube. It is. If you just, like I said, just keep using it, 100, 200 solves, it'll break in nicely for you, and it'll turn much better. The inner layers don't really give you a problem. It's the outer layers that are kind of the problem. Sometimes the pieces feel too small, so my fingers, it's weird, it's hard to describe. My fingers are huge compared to the pieces, and sometimes it feels like I'm trying to struggle to grab just an outer layer. it feels like I can't just grab an outer. I don't know why. Because, you know, I have no problem. With this, it's like I'm trying to struggle. And I think it has to do with the uneven tensions, because it's weird. And I'm sitting there trying to grab it like this. And I'm trying to show you an example. I'm kind of used to it now, but I can't go as fast as I want to. You know what I mean? I can't do owls as quickly as I'd like because of the weird unevenness. And another problem because of this is that my fingernails, because the cube is lopsided, my fingernails keep hitting the stickers and scratching them and scraping them. So the stickers are wearing out rather quickly. Things like this, I mean, that's not even that bad, but things like this. My finger's digging into the stickers because the cube is so weird. I just can't do, I don't know, I just can't maneuver the outer layers that well. If I could get perfect tensions on this cube would be phenomenal. So the tensioning has a lot to do with how this cube performs, at least for me. Some of you may not have such a problem. But like I said, the outer layers are the main issue. Inner layers, there's really not a problem. You know, it's like using any other 4x4. I do lock up a little because of the lopsidedness, but the outer layers take some breaking in. Once they break in, though, it feels really nice. It's a really nice cube. It kind of feels like you're using a Dion, like a Dion cube. Now, as far as corner cutting, because I know everybody likes corner cutting. As far as corner cutting goes, mine's okay. It's pretty decent. I can cut about, like, I'm trying to show you. I can cut about a piece with the outers, depending on which side I'm holding it on, because it's lopsided. If I turn it like this, it might not. See? This kind of gives me a problem. Cut about a piece, maybe a little less than a piece. For the inner layers, not quite as much, actually. Actually, it's not that bad. Like right there. That's actually really easy. It's about like an X cube, pretty much. You know, which actually it should be because the mechanism is about the same. It's pretty much like any other 4x4. The corner cutting is pretty basic. There's not really much reverse cutting. I know people like reverse cuts. There's really not a lot of reverse cutting going on here. Maybe a little. The pieces. Let me just show you a couple of the pieces. I'm not going to take it too far apart because I don't want to have a problem here. The main thing that sets this apart from other 4x4s with this mechanism is that the inner big pieces, the edge pieces, I guess they're inner edge pieces, they have kind of like a torpedo that holds it in. I'm not really taking it. I have taken it all the way apart to tension it, but I didn't really pay attention to what the torpedo was holding on to as I was putting it back together. So I'm not really sure what it's wrapped around. I'm not really sure. The pieces that pop, if you have your cube too loose, are not the big pieces though. They stay in pretty well. A lot of other 4x4s pop these pieces, and this, you know, gives you're not going to pop those pieces. The pieces that are going to pop are the ones next to them, the little tiny thin inner pieces that that you would mod for the Consta mod if you did the Consta mod. The edge pieces here, if I can show you, resemble the edge pieces of, if I can find the cube. Where is the cube? Where is the cubes? Cubes. If I can find it, where the hell is it? I don't know where it is. There's a Shengxiao version 2 floating around. Shengxiao. The edge piece looks like a Shengxiao version 2 4x4 piece. Particularly because of this. The way the stalk has this concave, flat bottom. And it also looks like the Shengxiao 5x5. The corner, I really don't want to take the corner out as basic. It's just a basic corner. It has nothing really special about it that I noticed. Anyway, I'll do a quick solve for you. Got to get out the trusty old stopwatch, since I don't have a stack mat timer. You know, one of my flaws. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. It's starting to go dead. Not so trusty anymore. One of the only 4x4ists left that still doesn't use yow. I don't like the yow method, so I still use plain old reduction. Oh, no, no, no. Come back. Come back to me. You will work. You will cease and desist with this. One more thing I'd like to point out before I do my solve is that some people are having problems as you do inner layer turns. A lot of people are having problems on one or two sides where you'll do the inner layer turn and the outer layer will not turn. It'll just kind of flimsy around and flop about. I was able to get rid of this problem. I did have the problem. I was mainly able to get rid of it. It was a lot worse. Tensioning helps a lot. If you have uneven tensions, now it's going to make it worse. If you have tensions that are maybe too tight, it might make it worse. I'm not really exactly sure what causes the problem, but I know it has something to do with tensioning. It really helped for me. So, oh, come on. So if you have that problem, mess with your tensions a little bit. Try to make them really even. Alright, let's go ahead and do this solve here. Right. Little hand scramble action. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna do. We gotta make sure what we're gonna do, because I don't know what we're gonna do. You know, gotta check it out. You know. Let's find out. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's do that. Alright, yeah, that looks good to me. Alright, alright, alright. You can probably tell by this whole ordeal here that my last solve wasn't very good. So, so I'm doing another one. Right, here we go. Here we go! Ugh. Hopefully this one will be a little better. Yeah, alright, now it's a lot better. We got a 104. Alright, so I'll put this one on the video. Right! That's that, and that's that. And I would like to thank Calvin and Dan Fast for selecting me to test this thing out. Overall, I gotta say, WeiSu, because it's good. Yeah, get one now. Fill in the blank. You know what I mean if you watch my videos.